We live in an era of unprecedented disconnection. You have access to the whole world, the knowledge of humanity in your pocket. You can talk to anyone on the other side of the world in real time, and yet most of you have no idea what's happening 2 meters from your own head, right below your ankles. Modern disconnection is not just digital, it's biological. The price we're paying for this ignorance isn't just back pain or bad posture. It's a complete sensory castration that affects how you think, how you feel, and how you move through reality. I want you to look down. What do you see? Probably a pair of shoes. Designs, aerodynamic, air-cushioned soles, arch support, rebound technology, all packaged and sold as comfort. But let me tell you something that the big shoe brands won't put in their ads. That comfort is actually sensory deprivation. By putting your feet into those isolation capsules, you've cut off the most vital line of communication your biology has developed over millions of years of evolution. Imagine deciding to live your whole life wearing padded boxing gloves. You try to write an email, to caress your partner, cooking dinner or playing the piano with those gloves on. What would happen? Your hands, which are instruments of fine precision, would become clumsy. The muscles would atrophy. Your brain, not receiving tactile information from your fingers, would start to forget how to use your hands. You would lose dexterity, sensitivity, and control. Well, that's exactly what you've done to your feet since you were 2 years old. You have turned a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering, designed to grip, feel, adapt, and propel, into 2 blocks of inert flesh that are barely good for one thing: keeping you standing. And this is where the situation gets critical. The body doesn't work in parts, it works in systems. When you override the foundation, you destabilize the entire structure. You can't have a clear mind on blurry foundations. Today, we're going to do it the radical way. We're not going to do boring physical therapy exercises. We're going to perform an autopsy on your habits. We're going to dismantle the myths of comfort. And we're going to hack your nervous system using such a primitive tool.
Indicanden plantent, indicanden sea wool.
As effective. A simple ball. Get ready, because we're going to descend into the depths of your own anatomy. The depths of your own anatomy to understand why that neck pain, that floating anxiety, and that chronic lack of energy originate in the one place you never look. You have 7 days to recover your body. Welcome to the reconstruction. But before entering the operating room, smash the subscribe button. Why? Because if you lose this video, the algorithm will send you back to the gurus who try to heal broken bones with good vibes and incense. And spoiler, physics doesn't work like that. What I'm going to teach you today will save you about $500 on chiropractors this year. Subscribing is free. You do the math. Ready? Let's get on the floor. To understand the magnitude of the problem, we first need to understand the magnitude of the design. The human foot is an anomaly in the animal kingdom. It's a unique propulsion structure. You have 26 bones in each foot. If you add both feet, you have 1/4 of all the bones in your body. Think about it for a second. 1/4 of your skeleton is in your feet. Why would nature, which is the most ruthless economist there is, put so much complexity in such a small area if it was only meant for support? The answer is simple. Adaptability and information gathering. Each of the 33 joints in the foot is designed to move, slide, and rotate to adapt to any terrain. Rock, sand, grass, mud. The human foot was designed to be a biological all-terrain vehicle. But there's more. There are more than 200,000 nerve endings in the sole of your foot. It's the same density of sensors that you have in your genitals, your lips, or the tips of your fingers. This is not an accident, it's a survival necessity. When your ancestors were running across the savannah escaping from a predator or hunting for dinner, the brain needed to know in a matter of milliseconds what was underneath. Is it stable? Is it slippery? Is it sharp? That information travels at the speed of light from the sole of the foot to the somatosensory cortex of the brain. And the brain responds by adjusting the muscle tone of the whole body to keep you from injuring yourself. Now let's go back to your reality. You wake up, you walk on a flat and smooth floor. You put on socks. You put on tight shoes that squeeze your toes. You walk on flat asphalt. You sit in a chair. You walk again on flat concrete. Your brain doesn't get any data. It only gets flat, flat, flat. It's like reading the same book, boring every day of your life. The result is what we call sensor-motor amnesia. Your brain stops paying attention to your feet because they have nothing interesting to say. It disconnects an area. That area atrophies. It becomes stiff, and it disconnects from the body map. You become clumsy, you lose your balance, and worst of all, you start living only in your head because your body has stopped sending signals of being here and now. However, this is where we leave elementary school anatomy behind and enter the tapia and tapior, andan den blend from the proer, and then andan den proer, advanced biophysics. For centuries, doctors dissected corpses and threw away what they thought was useless. They considered the white fibrous tissue covering the muscles as trash, so they could study the red meat. That white tissue is called fascia, and it turns out they threw away the body's largest sensory organ. The body's largest sensory organ, fascia, is not just a wrapping, it's a living matrix, a biological liquid crystal that connects everything to everything. You don't have 600 separate muscles tucked into 600 fascia pockets. It's an uninterrupted tensegrity network that goes from the skin of your big toe all the way to the dura mater that surrounds your brain. If you understand this, you'll understand why modern medicine fails so much at treating chronic pain. If your shoulder hurts, the doctor looks at your shoulder. If your knee hurts, look at it, knee. But in a tensegrity system, the pain is almost never where the problem is. The pain is where the system has failed to compensate. There is a specific fascial structure that is the main character of our story, the superficial backline. Visualize it. It starts at the plantar surface of your toes. It runs along the plantar fascia, the sole of the foot. It wraps around the heel. It becomes the Achilles tendon. Achilles, it goes up through the calves, passes behind the knee, travels along the hamstrings, goes up through the glutes. It travels along the erector spinae muscles throughout the entire SA. Back, it goes up through the neck, passes over the skull, that hard layer you feel on your head, and it anchors at the superciliary arch, right at your eyebrows. This is hard anatomy. It's not a metaphor. A direct mechanical link connects your heel and forehead. Now do the math. If you wear shoes with elevated heels, and yes, running shoes have heels, you are shortening the Achilles tendon and the calf fascia chronically. That shortening pulls the chain downward. So you don't fall forward, your body compensates by tightening your lower back. To balance your lower back, you tense your neck. And to keep your eyes on the horizon, you tense the suboccipital muscles at the base of your skull. The result? Migraines, bruxism, lower back pain, and chronic fatigue. Higher than it should be, and the sole of your foot is as stiff as a board. Treating migraines with pills without releasing the sole of your foot is ridiculously inefficient. Fighting against physics. Let's talk about the texture of your tissues. Healthy fascia is moist, slippery, and elastic. Imagine a silk net bathed in oil. The layers slide over each other without friction. This allows for smooth and painless movements. But fascia has a peculiar property. It's thixotropic. This means it changes its state depending on movement and temperature. If you move, it becomes more liquid. If you stay still, it becomes more solid, like gelatin that cools in the fridge. When you immobilize your feet in rigid shoes for decades, the plantar fascia loses its hydration. The layers stick together. The hyaluronic acid that should be a lubricant becomes sticky. Those differences, those painful knots you feel when you step on a stone, are not bones out of place. They are dehydrated and stuck tissues. They are dead zones where circulation is poor. Neither blood nor lymph flows well there, and dehydrated tissue is fragile tissue. It breaks easily. Hello, plantar fasciitis. And it doesn't transmit electrical information. By placing the ball and applying deep pressure, we're doing something called shearing. We're not just crushing. We're generating friction to heat up the ground substance of the fascia and make it liquid again. We're forcing water into tissues that have been arid deserts for years. It's an internal irrigation, and it hurts. Of course it hurts. It's the pain of life coming back into a place that was dead. But let's go deeper. Let's talk about your autonomic nervous system. This is the software that controls everything you don't think about. Heartbeat, digestion, breathing, stress hormones. This system is constantly scanning the environment, looking for threats. The fundamental question your brain asks 24 hours a day is, am I safe? To answer that question, it all depends on proprioception, which is the ability to feel where your body is in space. And most of the information about your physical stability comes, you guessed it, from your feet. If your feet are flexible and sensitive, they send a clear signal to your brain. We're on solid ground, we adapt, everything is under control. The brain then activates the parasympathetic system. Parasympathetic system, rest and repair. Your breathing deepens. Your digestion improves, your anxiety decreases. But if your feet are rigid, unfeeling blocks, the signal is null or confusing. The brain interprets this lack of data as instability. It's like walking on ice with your eyes blindfolded. The automatic response is subtle panic. The brain activates the sympathetic fight or flight system. This is what nobody tells you about modern anxiety. A big part of it is somatic, not psychological. It's your body screaming that it doesn't feel safe because it doesn't feel the ground. You can meditate. You can take herbal remedies. You can repeat positive affirmations in front of the mirror until you go hoarse. But if your nervous system thinks you're about to fall because your feet are numb, you'll keep producing cortisol. Rolling a ball under your foot is one of the most powerful interventions for anxiety because it activates the sensors. It tells your brain, here is the ground. It's real. It's safe. And the sigh of relief you feel afterward isn't your imagination. It's a real biochemical downshift in your bloodstream. However, before we had microscopes and MRIs, ancient civilizations already had this mapped out, but they used a different language. No, they talked about fascia. They talked about meridians. They didn't talk about electrons. They talked about qi or prana. In traditional Chinese medicine, the sole of the foot is the starting point of the kidney meridian. The first point, Runo Yongguan, translates as bubbling spring, a depression that forms when you flex your toes. Ancient texts say that this point connects the human being with the yin energy of the earth and makes it rise to nourish the organs and cool the fire of the head. Let's put this in today's elite terms. The kidney meridian in China is associated with the adrenal glands, stress management, and vital energy. Deep Jing, cooling the fire in the head is exactly what we just threw. Explain. lower the sympathetic energy, reduce mental anxiety and anchor awareness in the body, in reflexology, which has roots in Egypt and among the Cherokee tribes. The foot is seen as a hologram of the entire body. The toe area represents the head, the arch. It represents the internal organs, and the spine runs along the inner edge of the foot. People laugh at this, calling it pseudoscience, until they study embryology and see how tissues unfold from the same origin, or until they understand the fractal nature of biology. You don't need to believe in chi for this to work, but it's fascinating to see how it works. 50 years. They already knew that manipulating the sole of the foot had systemic effects on profound health. Meanwhile, we, with all our technology, have decided to ignore it and lock our feet in plastic. The arrogance of modernity is thinking that we've overcome basic biology. We haven't. We've just forgotten it. And speaking of recovering vital information that the educational system conveniently forgot to teach you, if you're going to spend 10 minutes a day rolling a ball on the floor with a pained expression, don't do it while listening to the news to make your life miserable or listening to the same empty playlist for the 5th time. Take the opportunity to put quality information into your brain while you repair your body. This is where Audible comes in. It's literally the Library of Alexandria in your pocket. If what I said surprised you, you need to listen to Breathe by James Nestor, or The Body Keeps the Score. There, you'll understand that what's happening with your feet is just the tip of the iceberg of your biology. I'll leave a link below for a free 30-day trial. You have a whole month. Use it to educate yourself for free and stop being a tourist in your own body. If you don't like it, you can cancel. You go back to your music. But please, nourish your mind with the same intensity that we're going to nourish your feet. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable. The body keeps score every time you felt intense fear, the urge to cry that you held back, or anger that you didn't express. The body generated muscular tension to contain that energy. It's called armor. Characterological, according to Wilhelm Reich. And where does a large part of that repressed flight tension accumulate? In the legs and feet. The fear reflex makes you curl your toes as if you wanted to grab onto the ground so you don't go flying. If you live in chronic stress, your feet stay permanently clenched like claws. That tension calcifies in the fascia. That's why when you start working deeply with the ball, strange emotional releases often happen. People start laughing for no reason, crying, or feeling a wave of heat and anger. Don't be scared. You're not going crazy. You're thawing emotions that got trapped in the fascial network. It's curious how people go to therapy for years to talk about their problems, but they never touch the place where those problems are physically stored. To release the tissue is to release the story. A flexible foot can't hold a rigid emotion. By changing the structure, you change the energy that can inhabit it. All right, you already have the theory. Let's move on to practice. You need a tool. Don't use a soft foam ball. That's for kids. You need something that offers resistance to your tissue. Beginner level, tennis ball. It's soft, it gives a little. Good to start with if you have a lot of sensitivity or sharp pain. Intermediate level, lacrosse ball, or a solid rubber ball like the ones dogs use. This is the gold standard. It has grip, it's hard, and penetrates deep. Expert level. Golf ball or wooden ball, only for those who have already cleared the layers. Superficial and want to get almost in contact with the bone, the ball acts as a support point. When you put your weight on it, you create one. With ischemic pressure, you momentarily cut off the blood flow, and when you release, you create. A hyperemia, the blood rushes in under pressure, cleaning out toxins and bringing in nutrients. Additionally, you mechanically break up the disorganized collagen fibers. It's like combing tangled hair, but from the inside. The 7-day master protocol, biological reconstruction manual. Listen to me carefully before you touch that ball. This isn't lifestyle advice. It's not something for you to do while you absent-mindedly watch Netflix. This is a self-administered medical intervention.
Estrada.
It's surgery without a scalpel. Over the next week, you're going to dedicate 10 sacred minutes a day to this. 5 minutes per foot. Don't skimp on the time. If you can't find 10 minutes to repair the structure that supports you during the 16 hours you're awake, then your pain is justified by your negligence. Consider it your daily dose of bitter medicine. You're going to face tissues that have been dead, dehydrated, and compacted for decades. At first, it will feel like chewing glass. In the end, it will feel like walking on clouds. Day 1, the pain map, field reconnaissance. The mission. Today, you're not going to fix anything. Today, you're going to audit the disaster. Most people live dissociated from their feet. Today, we're going to reestablish the connection, the technique. 1, sit on a hard chair. Don't sink into the couch. You need leverage. 2, place the ball under your right foot. Don't apply weight yet, just the weight of your leg. 3, imagine the sole of your foot is a grid, a GPS map. You're going to go over every square centimeter from the heel to the toes and from the inner edge to the outer edge. 4, roll slowly. If you think you're going slow, go even slower. You're looking for points, trigger points, the sensation. You're going to notice that 80% of the foot feels normal, but suddenly it will hurt. The ball is going to pass through an area the size of a coin, and you're going to feel an electric shock, a sharp burning sensation, or a dull pain, but not abundant. That's the goal. Are those points nodes of calcified fascia or trapped nerve endings? Don't run away. When you find one, stop and mark it mentally on your map. Is it near the arch? Under the little toe? The insight. Observe your own disconnection. It's fascinating and terrifying to realize that you've been walking on biological landmines for years without knowing it. Welcome back to your body. Today we just greet the pain. Tomorrow we'll talk to it. Day 2, directed breathing, deactivation of panic. The mission, hack the sympathetic nervous system. Your brain will interpret the pain from the ball as an attack from a predator and will want to tense up your whole body. We teach you not to do that, the technique. 1, go back to those hot spots you found yesterday. 2, place the ball exactly on the most painful spot. 3, stop moving. This is crucial. Don't roll. Static pressure. 4, your body is going to react. You'll raise your shoulders. You'll clench your jaw. You'll stop breathing. 5, your job is to hack that reflex. Inhale deeply through your nose. 4 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds and exhale slowly through your mouth. 6 seconds, making a sound, audibly like you're deflating a tire. The visualization. As you exhale, visualize that your foot is not solid, but liquid or wax, warm. Imagine the tissue melting around the ball, wrapping it. The brutal lesson. If you fight the pain, you tense up. The tissue becomes a shield and won't let the pressure in. You let the pressure in. If you surrender to the pain, you relax. The tissue yields and the ball goes in. It's the oldest life lesson. What you resist persists. What you accept becomes. It transforms. You're retraining your tolerance threshold. Day 3, breaking the heel, demolishing the base. The mission, attack the origin of the superficial backline.
Yal.
This is where the fascia is, thicker and tougher. It's the anchor of the suspension bridge that is your body. The technique. 1, place the ball just in front of the calcaneus heel bone. Not on the bone, but where the soft tissue begins. 2, here we need brute force, pressure, press hard. 3, instead of rolling back and forth, you're going to do transverse friction. Move your foot from left to right as if you were putting out a cigarette with force, or trying to peel off a really stuck piece of gum. 4. You're going to hear or feel an internal sound like crunchy snow or sand. That's crepitus. That's the collagen adhesions breaking. The biomechanics. This area connects directly with the Achilles tendon and the calves. If you have plantar fasciitis, this is where the monster is born. When you release this area, pay attention to your knees and your lower back. It's common to feel phantom relief in the sole while you're working on the heel. The kinetic chain is loosening from the anchor, the inner arch, the spine, and the viscera. The mission: to enter the most sensitive emotional and structural zone. Bone? It's a vault supported by muscles that are probably exhausted. The technique: 1. Bring the ball to the inner edge of your foot. This area usually hurts in a different way. It's a sharp, cutting pain. 2. Roll millimeter by millimeter, slowly. 3. Advanced technique. Pin. Find a painful spot in the arch. Maintain the pressure. Grab. Try to grab the ball with your toes as you flex them. Feel how the tendon moves. The muscle contracts under the pressure. B release. Open and extend your fingers upward. Extension. Feel how the fascia stretches under the ball. 4. Repeat this 10 times on each painful spot. Contraction and stretching under pressure. The esoteric component, reflexology. In reflexology, the arch corresponds to the spine and the digestive organs. Don't be surprised if you feel mild nausea, a lump in your throat, or a sudden emotional release. You're touching the system. Enteric nervous system. If you feel like crying or laughing, do it. Better out than in, rotting inside. Before moving on to day 5 and teaching your foot to reclaim the space that was taken from it, I want to do a quick survey. Let's be realistic. 80% of the people who started this video already left to watch TikTok dances as soon as I mentioned this was going to hurt. But they hate the process. If you're still here, if you're willing to endure the discomfort to reclaim your biology, I want you to go to the comments right now and write 2 words. Base is solid. Let the algorithm know who is building their temple on rock and who is still building on sand. Did you write it already? Good, now let's go ahead and separate those fingers. Day 5, the opening of the metatarsals. The fan effect. The mission: undo the damage caused by modern footwear. Your shoes have squeezed your toes together, eliminating your natural support base. We're going to open the Nor, fan. The technique: 1. Place the ball just behind the pads of your toes, the heads of the metatarsals. In the center of the foot. 2. Apply moderate pressure. 3. Imagine you want your foot to become twice as wide. Roll the ball gently from side to side across the knuckle of the foot, forcing the metatarsal bones to separate from each other. 4. Visualize a duck's foot. That's what we're aiming for, surface area. The uncomfortable truth: a healthy foot has the shape of an inverted triangle, wider at the toes than at the heel. A modern foot has the shape of a diamond, with the toes ending in a point. A narrow foot is unstable like a stilt. A wide foot is stable like a wide base. A wide base. If you want mental balance, you need a solid geometric base. Today we're restoring your original architecture. Day 6, real weight bearing, the trial by fire. The mission: maximum intensity, deep hydration through shearing. The technique: 1. Stand up from the chair. Today we're doing it standing. 2. Place the ball under your foot. Keep your other foot on the ground for support. 3. Gradually transfer your body weight onto the ball. Start at 30%, go up to 50%, and if you're brave, go to 80%. 4. The facial scan. This is where mental control comes in. Look at yourself in a mirror if you can. While your foot is screaming under the pressure of your own weight, your face should be completely relaxed. If you're making faces, your nervous system is on defense. 5. Relax your forehead. Relax your tongue. Relax your eyes. 5. Roll with the intention of ironing. Imagine you're smoothing out a shirt, very wrinkled. You want to leave the fabric long, smooth, and even. The mechanism. Now that the tissue has been worked on for 5 days, it's more hydrated. You can go deeper, almost touching the periosteum, making a layer on the bone. This is where permanent changes in the collagen structure occur. You are remodeling your anatomy in real time. Day 7. Integration and the new operating system is up and running. The mission: calibrate the sensors. There's no point letting go of your foot if you keep walking like a robot. A robot? The technique? 1. Do a quick 2-minute sessai on each foot to wake up the tissue. 2, 3, stand on the bare floor, wood, tile, or cement. Eyes. 4. Feel the difference. A, ah. Notice how your foot seems to have melted into the floor. You feel more surface contact. B. Notice the temperature of the floor. Is it cold? Warm? C. Notice the tripod. You feel the heel. The base of the big toe and the base of the little toe. Little toe supported equally. 5. Start walking. Walk mindfully. Don't hit the ground. Land softly. B. Feel how the weight travels from the heel along the outer edge and how you push off. You push off with your big toe. This activates the glute. The result? Notice the lightness in your legs. Notice if your head floats more easily. On your shoulders. That feeling of fluidity is not a divine gift. It's your state. Natural. That other stuff, the heaviness, the pain, and the stiffness, was the artificial part you created yourself. Now you have new feet. The question is, where are you going to walk with them? However, I want to close with a concept that unites hard science with what some call spirituality. Let's talk about electrons. The Earth is a gigantic battery charged with free electrons, negative charge. Body. Due to metabolic processes and inflammation, it accumulates free radicals. Positive charge. Inflammation is chemically a lack of electrons. When your feet touch the bare earth or when your conductive tissues are clean and functional, a transfer of electrons occurs. The earth gives you massive antioxidants for free. This is called earthing or grounding, and it's backed by studies that show a reduction in cortisol and blood viscosity. But, and here's the key, dry, rigid fascia is a poor conductor. A calloused, tense, and fibrous foot acts as an insulator. Even if you walk barefoot, if your inner tissue is dead, the connection is poor. By following this 7-day protocol, you're rehydrating the tissue. Water with minerals is the best conductor. You're literally improving the wiring of your connection to the earth. It's not just biomechanics, it's bioelectricity. You're cleaning the battery terminals so you can recharge yourself. You feel tired all the time. Maybe you don't need more coffee. Maybe you need your feet to be able to absorb the energy that's available beneath them. But don't be that person who does this for 2 days and says, "Oh, it hurts a lot, I'd better stop." Pain is information, not a punishment. Listen to it. Don't be the masochist who gets injured on purpose either. Look for that sweet threshold of pain between pleasure and agony where the tissue gives in. And please don't do this just to then put on 10-centimeter stiletto heels or pointy-toed sneakers. That's like brushing your teeth and then eating Oreo cookies before bed. Start respecting the natural shape of your foot. Look for wide shoes with a wide toe box, flat zero drop, and flexible. There is an ancient Hermetic principle that says, as above, so below. Normally we use it to talk about the cosmos, but it applies perfectly to your body. The way your foot is down below is the way your head is up above. If your foundation is rigid, unstable, and painful, your thoughts will be rigid, unstable, and painful. If your foundation is flexible, adaptable, and strong, your mind will have the ability to adapt, flow, and sustain itself in the face of adversity. Real healing is never complex. It's always a return to the basics. We have complicated health with expensive supplements, exotic therapies, and technological gadgets, forgetting that the most sophisticated technology is already built into you. This 7-day protocol is an invitation not to exercise, but to inhabit your body. To come down from the ivory tower of your intellect and get your hands or feet dirty again with the biological reality of your existence. The body doesn't lie. The mind lies all the time. It tells you stories, excuses, and fantasies. But the fascial tissue is a brutally honest historical record if there is tension. There is an unacknowledged truth. Take the ball, put it on the ground, step on it, and face yourself. Listen carefully. Freeing your feet is only half the work. All that energy we just released is going to rise up looking for your brain. If it crashes into a stressed nervous system, it will turn into pure anxiety, not power. Having strong feet with a weak mind is like putting a Ferrari engine in a shopping cart. You're going to crash. You have to watch this video from Guelve to complete the circuit and learn how to channel that energy. Don't leave the job half done. Click on it. I'll be waiting for you there.